Hey guys, it's Dee Dee. Thanks for joining us for episode 34 of Catnaps and Cognac. We have another panel for you guys. Since you guys liked episode 32 so much, we decided to do another panel with 4 new panelists. This episode is Venus versus Mars, and it's actually a 2-part series. This episode will be part 1 of the series, and it is so amazing. It's so riveting, informational. You guys are going to really enjoy this one. And of course, we have a drink for you, and it's the Venus, so stay tuned to get the recipe. Hope you guys enjoy it. Welcome to episode 34 of Catnaps and Cognac. Yay! So guys, we have another panel for you guys because you guys liked episode 32 so much.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was like the most rapidly listened to episode that we've had thus far. So we decided to do another one. So today we've got 4 guests, 4 panelists, and we are doing the Venus versus Mars panel. It's going to be a 2-part panel. And this is part 1. So who do we have as far as guests, Ari?
We have Tony, and he was so welcome enough to have us on his show. We have him here today. He's the host of Dr. Abrasive Show, contributor to DrAbrasive.com. His hobbies include people watching and discussing random acts of debauchery, of course. And he's also been domesticated for most of his life.
Yes, indeed, everybody. I will be baking cakes and cookies tomorrow.
I'm coming over.
We have Anna, a.k.a. Witty Kitty 5, and she's from Long Island. And we also had her on the show before. She played a game with us. She's currently a full-time legal assistant looking for a new job. And she always loves a good convo about the battle of the sexes.
Yeah, man. Hi,
We also have Doug. He's a 28-year-old married man from New Jersey with no kids as of yet, but an awesome dog. He works for the Federal Department of Education as a chief financial analyst for federal student aid. He graduated from Wesleyan University in 2007. Shout out to CT. Woo woo. And currently started the application process towards getting an MBA and possibly a JD. And lastly but not least, we have... Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Last but not least, we have Amina Owens. She is a 27-year-old thickums from New Jersey. I added that part. And she's currently working for a medical school. And she's also an aspiring entrepreneur and superwoman.
Hi, guys.
Yay!
Thanks a lot.
We want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and we are going to get right into the show. So, first question.
First things first, yeah.
First things first. Do you guys believe in gender roles?
I do.
Okay, go for it.
And I do. Gender roles are important. Absolutely important. I think that, but I also think that gender roles are consistently changing. But, and molding and becoming less stagnant. But they're still important. Like, women are different than men. I'll keep it at that for now.
Okay. All right. Amina, what do you think?
Actually, I do not believe in gender roles.
I figure.
I think there is a place to understand that there are differences between men and women. That's important, but in general, no, I don't believe in gender roles. I feel like, if a woman feels she wants to do a certain thing, she should be able to do it as well as a man. So, no gender roles. That's it.
All right, and what about you, Tony?
I don't, but then at the same time, I do understand that some people can't handle if we didn't have gender roles, because I think most guys could take it if women were approaching them on a daily basis. They lose their dang mind. But at the same time, like I said, I've been domesticated. I do whatever I need to do around the house. If my wife is gone all day, I do whatever I have to do. If it's cleaning, cooking, whatever.
Okay, so Tony, you're married as well.
Yes, indeed.
All right. And then, Anna, how do you feel about gender roles? Do you believe in them?
I do believe in them, but sort of like what Doug said, they're constantly changing. Like, what a woman is capable of doing or what is expected of her to do in 1970 is definitely not what we want her to expect from her in 2013. And yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the next question?
Why do women think that they can't change a man's mind?
Anna, since you laughed, go for it.
Women love a challenge. A lot of women love a challenge, and when you tell them that, you can't get that guy or he's the quote-unquote bad boy, you're like, no, but I'm different. I can show him that I'm the bee's knees and I'm all this great stuff, and I'm going to show him how great I am and I can change his life for the better. And he's pretty set in his ways, and he's not really trying to change unless he feels like he wants to change for himself.
Follow up, have you ever tried to change a man?
No, but I did try to make it see how awesome I was, and that just didn't work out.
It didn't work. Okay. Well, Anna, let us tell you first that you are awesome, okay? All right, Amina, how about you? Why do women think they can change a man's mind?
I think it's definitely an ego thing. I think women feel like, just kind of like what Anna said, like, okay, I'm not like any other woman you've ever met before. I'm the one that can change him. I can make him settle down or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely an ego thing. I think it's definitely flawed way of thinking, but that's what it is.
Okay, and Tony, what do you think about a woman trying to change a man's mind?
I think it's crazy thinking. For the most part, any conniving gentleman will let you think you've changed him as long as he can keep doing what he's doing. And any real gentleman, he'll just tell you straight up that if I like doing this, this is what I'm going to do, and it's really not any use in me trying to change him. But he'll mold over time.
So has a woman tried to change you before?
Yes. But I'm stubborn, so that's kind of like a challenge for anybody. It's just like, I'll tell people from day one, like, I'm a stubborn person. I like doing what I like to do, so if you try to change me, it's exercise futility.
That was like first date protocol for you? Like, listen, I can't be changed, and don't you try.
Yeah, I scare people off on the first day. I used to scare people off on the first day. Give them just everything.
So basically, your wife was the one that made it through.
Yeah, she was stubborn the first time I talked to her too. So.
All right, Doug. And how about you? Why do you think a woman can change a man's mind?
Well, I think that women compete with each other in general. I think when it comes to men, when it comes to shoes, when it comes to outfits, hair, whatever, and when a man needs to be changed in a woman's eye, obviously, then that means that they've seen that man has done to other women. So they want to be the one to say that I did that. I'm the one that changed him. So they do take on that challenge. I changed when I met my wife because I felt like she was worthy of that. She also never tried to change me, which is why she was worthy of that. She was like, if I felt like doing something and it was infidelity, if I disrespected her, if I did anything like that, she would have just left me. And I didn't want that. So I had to, make sure I was the good man that she deserved.
Makes sense.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to change a man?
Child, no. But I have tried to. I've tried to show a man how awesome I was. And, it just went on forever and ever and ever. I could have, brought him the damn sun and he did that some people are just not receptive to how awesome you are. So, and it doesn't matter how awesome, like I told everybody before, it doesn't matter how awesome everybody thinks that you are, there's going to be one person that just thinks that you're meh. And you have to accept that.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you tried to...
I don't think I tried to change a man. I've just tried to show that there are different ways to do certain things. But when you're stubborn in your ways, you're still going to only think that there's one way to do it.
Right.
And that's That's your way.
Right.
So shit ain't work out for me. And that's that. And that's that. All right. Okay, this question is directed towards the guys. I mean, the ladies can chime in, but this one's definitely for the guys. What is the female version of chivalry? Yeah, I want to know.
Oh.
Tony?
Oh, goodness. It's a good question. I pass.
Well, this goes back to, are there gender roles? Because the female version of chivalry, I mean, chivalry in general is what a man does for a woman, like hold open doors and take the check and make sure that she orders before you and all this stuff, right? So it's kind of, going on that defined, quote, gender role, making sure that gets done and gets done well, right? So now, if there's a female version of chivalry, then that would be still along the other side of the gender roles, making sure dinner is on the table when you get home, and making sure kids are taken care of and the home is clean and things like that. Now, it was just like, I don't believe in that. Like, I worked from home today, so, like, I cleaned the crib while my wife was at work and, took care of our dog and whatever. But if there is a, quote, female chivalry, I feel like that would be it. But I don't think that there is one of those. Just for the record.
Okay. Tony, you want to follow up on that?
Well, I would say if there is a version of female chivalry, it would be being receptive towards male chivalry. In that sense, being that someone's been courteous to you, that you've been accepting of it, and you're gracious, and so on and so forth, and not treating someone as less than just because they've been nice to you. But I mean, beyond that, you have to know for yourself when somebody's just being a jerk, for the purpose of being a jerk, or if somebody's really being nice with you and being genuine. So it's a case by case basis. So that's why I say I'm not sure what the defined mode of female chivalry is.
No, that makes sense. To be receptive towards male chivalry. What about the ladies? What do you guys think? What do you guys do for your man that you just, that it's just something that you just always do? The nice things that you always do.
Well, I would say, like, the standard stuff that Doug mentioned, like cooking, keeping the house clean, just being supportive of him, listening to his problems, trying to do what I can to help, maybe not nagging.
Nagging, no nagging is female chivalry.
Right. Really just showing your feminine side and, being a woman and just bringing to the table what a man may be lacking. I guess that would be the definition, I would think.
Okay. And how about you, Anna?
Cooking, cleaning, being supportive, listening if he has an issue. If he's sick, to take care of him, because men are like 5-year-olds and they're so sad.
Oh, yeah, I think the other night, sir. Janine hated me.
Just being like the best supporting role to him, really.
Okay. Why do men pop up out the blue after a long period of time of not speaking to a woman and think it's gonna be all right?
They have Google alerts. Because that's the only way I can explain it. Like, things are going well, or you're dating this guy, and you're like, yes, I'm finally, quote unquote, over him, and then you get the hey, stranger text. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
She really said Google alerts. Oh my gosh.
Really, how do you know that my life is finally okay? Maybe it's not a bad breakup. Maybe things just didn't work out, but it's like you finally kind of got over it. And now here you go. You're just like, why are you here?
Who sent out the back signal? What the hell? So, guys, why do you guys do that? We need to know. We need to know.
I really need to know.
I got you, Tom. Oh, you got it?
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Let me go back to my dirtbag days for a second here. Actually, there are no Google alerts. It's kind of like the lottery. It's like your day that, look whose number I still have. And you get contacted. That's pretty much how it went for me. I don't know how it went for everybody else, but it's just like, you get contact. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? But it also works the same way from the other spectrum, because you get the question of, so, hey, do you have a girlfriend now? And then if you do have a girlfriend, you have to say, oh, yeah, and then you'll get any more responses.
But here's my follow-up question to that. Do you guys really think that it's just going to be okay to pop up out the blue? Like, are you expecting anything? Are you expecting her to receive you well? Or are you just like, let me just see what happens?
It's just like,
Y'all so far on base right now, son? I'll tell you.
Okay, so tell us.
Everybody has a mini feed, and you see exactly what's going on. You see happy statuses. Everybody posts a picture with their significant others, especially when it's going well, right? And you're proud of it, whatever, right? But here's the thing. In the same way that I was mentioning how women are in competition with each other, men are in competition with themselves, right? And so we'll hit you up and be like, do I still have it? And that's all it is. And we don't even want it anymore. It's not even to acquire. It's not even to go kick game. It's just to see whether that feeling, that person that you had before, even though they're with somebody else, even though they're happy, you can still go get it. That's really, for me, in my dirtbag days, that's what it was like.
So that's what we're going to call it, the dirtbag days. The dirtbag days.
Yeah. I graduated from dirtbaggery. And I say the same thing because I come from the age before Facebook, and you didn't have many feeds, and it was just like I say, it's kind of like shooting for the stars and hope you land in the clouds. You may not be expecting anything from this whole ordeal, but if you get something, it's like, hey, hadn't talked to her in 5 years and still got a chance to go out on a date.
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God, that's hideous. It is. I don't know what to say about that.
You did not speak to somebody in 5 years and have one to go on a date with you when she got a man. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It's probably hideous on both sides. However,
what were you going to say?
And once again, speaking from the dirtbag days, it only takes one time for it to be successful for you to try it for the rest of your life.
Oh my
God. No. See, no, that's not exactly what.
Wait, we want the reaction from the ladies. Go ahead, Amina. What were you going to say?
I said that's unacceptable. I'll move before you be popping up on me for the rest of not gonna happen.
What were you gonna say, Ari?
I was gonna say, like, what is the point of doing all that, and then also just adding like I miss you and all the other kind of stuff. Like, if y'all just trying to see if y'all still got it, why add the fluff of that? Because you can just still say, like, how you doing or whatever, or try and get in good without all the extra niceties.
Doug, you want to take that?
Because you want to see if you want to say it back.
Oh.
That's it. That's what boosts the ego.
And that's...
Do you miss us? Are we better than him? If I went hard at you, could I get it back? And that's where it starts, with the I miss you, with the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't just be like, hi, what's up? How's it going? And because you're just gonna get a hi, what's up? How's it going back?
But wait, I have a question. So, like, if you do that, right, and they take the bait, then what? You just like go for it? Like, what if they're on some I'm about to dump my boyfriend and come back to you type of reaction? What do you do then?
You stop answering the phone.
Ah, shit.
I never got that far. As soon as I know I got it, I'm like, got it.
Oh my God.
You get that far. When you see a little bit of ground breaking, you're just like, oh no.
Then you kind of fall back because you don't want to dive back into that hole. You just want to know whether you can.
If the hole is still open.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Y'all are nasty.
But just to piggyback on that for a second, though, I would say when I was in college, me and my friends, we kind of like classified all these different dirt bags. The ones that put on the sugar coat, we call those the chameleons. They're gonna change to be whatever you want them to be, so they can get whatever response they want. But then you got some people that just come straight up to you and they will talk to you, and if you don't buy it, then they'll leave you alone. But the chameleon dude, if they see you got a nice clean cut dude, he's going to get clean cut too, and he'll be back.
Oh my gosh! Wow! There's levels to this shit.
I showed her like a 4-page letter and brought it to her job. Yeah, it was serious. I knew him too. Like I knew him.
Wow.
He brought it to her job, and it was really embarrassing for him. He's embarrassed. He plays like that Bruno Mars song often, I'm sure, right now.
Oh my God!
Yeah, man.
He waved at him.
Hey, so if you had like a light skinned brother and you upgraded to a dark skinned brother and your old guy starts getting a tan, yeah, he's trying to catch up.
No.
Wait a minute now.
No, thank you.
So basically, the whole thing is just to see you feel the sheer satisfaction, or to feel triumphant, is if she just responds in kind, basically. Like she responds back like, "Oh hey, what's up? You know, I'm not doing anything." Da 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 da. So basically, if she responds like, "I have a boyfriend, don't talk to me," then it's done. Or do you continue? To see how far it can go? Right.
He waits 5 years and he'll be back.
Oh Lord.
I think it depends on how bored the man is at the time too.
Yeah.
You know, like well, first of all, I can't do anything like that, but like I wouldn't, because I don't. Number one, don't have the time, and number two, like I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times when that happens, a man is either single and without other shorties, or like just in a relationship he just doesn't want to be in. Maybe, I don't know. So.
Wow. This is enlightening. It really is. It's like Ricky Lake. Yeah.
Hey, Doug, I think we need to write Dirtbag Diary.
Oh my God! Yes. By Doug and Dr. Breaker. Yes, please.
Even though I think Steve Harvey beat us to it.
Oh Lord. All right. So next question. All right. Well, this is a good question actually for these two men because they're both married. Mm-hmm. So, did you guys or do men dream about being married and starting a family?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Like from a child, or like once you got older?
I mean, I grew up with two parents, and like I wanted to be my father, and so like I wanted that. You know, I didn't actively strive. I think when I found my wife, I wasn't like, all right, you were the one I need to find, and now I need to go get married. Like it happened organically, but I definitely when I saw my future, I saw myself married with kids. You know, didn't know where or where we were gonna live or anything like that, but like I wanted that. So yes.
How about you, Tony?
I would say I didn't. It kind of like happened. Like I grew into it over time. I was with my wife at the time. She's my girlfriend. And I was just like, hey, you know what? I kind of like this here. This is working for me. So what's the next step? So there we went.
Oh. How like when did you know that you wanted to get married? Like how long was it into your relationship?
We only dated for maybe 2 years before we got married.
Okay. What about you, Dad?
So it wasn't long.
Yeah, we got engaged about 2.5 years in, and then married the next year.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I have a follow-up question to that. Did you guys have timelines as for when you would propose and then when you would get married? Like, I have to date her for 2 years first, and then I'll propose, and then a year later we'll live together. Well, whatever. Did you have a timeline like that?
Well, no. That's why I said it was pretty organic.
Okay.
Like I didn't like. At first, it was just like I mean, I'll be honest. I poked her on Facebook because she was wearing a short dress and she looked good. That was my first thought. You know what I'm saying? But then, then we met, and she actually turned out to be cool. And then she actually turned out to be cooler than any other girl I was talking to. And then she actually turned out to make me stop wanting to talk to other girls. And so she became my girlfriend. Or I wanted her to become, I had to ask her to be my girlfriend. Not like, it just happens like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was steps like that. And, we ended up moving in together. And then we were in San Francisco. She got into school in LA. And so I needed to find a job in LA, or else we probably would have split up. So there's like fate and luck and all that type of stuff that's involved with that too. But it happened to every decision that was made, it wasn't like an epiphany. It was like, small, slow steps to, becoming like that we're consistently happy.
So for your male friends, like when you were single or even now, if they're single, do they ever talk about like getting married? Because I know women, I don't say we tend to talk about it a lot, but we do bring it up every week. We bring it up.
We're talking about it every week. Okay.
So is it the same for guys? Not every week, but
Well, my male friends, the topic of marriage doesn't come up until somebody has bought an engagement ring.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What about thinking about buying an engagement ring? Don't they ask you?
No, it's already bought by the time I hear it.
Because I've had friends that ask me that are like, yo, I'm thinking about getting a ring. So it goes through our minds, like, but only when there's like a real serious girlfriend, not like no single guy is gonna be like, yo, man, I'm trying to get married. That's not gonna happen. But you do find girlfriends, and they do end up being awesome. And that's when I've gotten a question from my friends when. Plus I got a real good jeweler, so they're like, yo.
Look at you. Look at you. Out of here. Damn Jefferson's living on the Upper East Side. Oh, whatever. But okay, for the ladies, I mean, I know this is just dreadful, really sad. I know y'all ain't married or nothing, but
Thanks for reminding us.
But did you two like think, or do you guys think about marriage, and did you think about it as a child, like what your wedding would be like? Do you have your wedding planned out already?
No, not that far.
Okay.
Growing up as a kid, yeah, I definitely always wanted to be married. Like Doug too. I have two parents. They've been together for now like almost like 40 years. A lot of people in my family, are married and stuff like that. So I saw that growing up. And the older I got, the more I was like, or at least as a kid, what I thought was marriage and, all that other stuff was appealing. As I got older, I'm like, okay, I really do want to get married. Am I married yet? No. But I mean, whatever. Do I have it planned out in my head? It might be destination. No, I'm kidding. I really don't know.
We're going to claim it. We're going to claim it. Jesus. All right, Amina, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, marriage was always part of the plan. Like, I always knew, I wanted to get married, start a family, have a bunch of kids, all that stuff. Do I plan it out? Actually, no. I consciously don't plan my wedding because I want to go through that with emotions in the moment. When that happens, I want to, enjoy that time of planning and all that good stuff. So I consciously make the choice not to do it when I see like I've had a couple friends get married and I'm like, okay, let me not think about, I want this or I want that. And sometimes it creeps into your head, of course, but I try to push it out. But yeah, I mean, my parents are divorced, but that doesn't really change anything. I've always respected marriage and thought it was a beautiful thing. So yeah.
And
always the goal.
For the ladies, do you guys have timelines as to how long you would date a guy before, you would want to think about marriage? Or do you it's just whenever love happens, it happens?
Whenever love happens, it happens. Because I've heard of people who get married they got married after 5 to 6 years of dating, and then unfortunately things went kaput in a less amount of time. And then I've heard of people who dated for like a month or two and got married, and they've been together for like 25 years.
Right.
Wow.
So I can't really put a time frame on it because it's really depending on the person that I meet. So.
How about you, Amina?
Again, it's another thing I have to consciously suppress. I don't want to put a timeline on things, but lately for me, it's been kind of a guy thing. My ex, he brought it up first, pretty soon. So sometimes I just kind of take the lead with where the guy is headed with it. If he mentions it, I try not to be that girl that is planning my wedding with a man, the same night I meet him. Like, my husband's gonna go love with his, and what our baby's gonna look like. No, I try not to do that. So, so yeah, I kind of follow the guy's lead, but I think the time frame thing. I mean, you need to have some boundaries. You can't be thinking we're gonna be dating for 13 years and I'm just gonna wait around. You need some kind of guidelines, but overall, it doesn't need to be Christian. So,
have you had friends that like they date a guy or they go on a date with a guy, or let's say, okay, they're dating a guy for a month and they all of a sudden know that this guy is the one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Even the guys?
I'm talking about female friends.
Oh, okay. I just want to know, how did that work out?
It didn't.
Never.
It didn't. No.
Going?
Yeah. No.
What?
It doesn't work out.
It's so much pressure. Like, it just didn't work out.
Going back to gender roles, I know back in the day, in marriages, back in the day when people would get married, the woman's or the bride's parents would pay for the marriage. Did the bride's parents at least help in your marriages? That's a question. Or did you guys pay for it yourself?
We went down to the gist of the piece. We didn't have a wedding. We just went out to eat with everybody.
Aw.
So we spent our money on dinner.
All right.
We paid for half of our wedding.
Okay.
My family paid for about a third, and her family contributed the rest.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Good distribution.
I think so. Yeah, that's great.
Traditionally, the father of the bride is supposed to
Yeah.
pay, and my wife doesn't know her father, so that wasn't what happened. And but like our wedding, we made it the way we wanted it to. Like, we could have just asked for money, but then you're restricted by that budget. So we wanted it to be what we wanted it to be, so we should have the obligation to make that happen. That's how I feel.
I'm gonna have a Kickstarter for my wedding.
You gonna have a Kickstarter?
Yeah.
It's not.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna have them donate. I hope you guys will all support. I want you to be in my wedding and pay for it.
Oh, you better go on now.
Wait, if Spike Lee can tell y'all to donate money and then go pay to see the movie.
You know what? I want you to give us a Kickstarter just to Spike Lee, and he can make a documentary about it. How about that?
Damn. I can't get no love for the Kickstarter.
No.
Spike Lee can ask y'all to fund his movie that you gotta pay for.
You know what? I'm going out to dinner with Spike Lee. Okay.
You can go out to dinner with me too.
And he's taking me to a Knicks game. If I would have paid that $10,000.
$10,000.
So I'm gonna just go there in spirit. We're gonna have hot dogs from Grace Papaya. And I'm gonna be sitting in the bleacher seats on my couch.
I can't get no love for a Kickstarter for my wedding. That's cool. Cool. But on the topic of being married and traditional, things, what do you guys think about stay-at-home husbands? This is for the ladies.
Well, okay, I'll answer. I mean, I'm the main person that does not believe in gender roles. I say it's fine. It wouldn't work for me personally.
Oh, that was a curveball.
But I mean, I think when I say I don't believe in gender roles, I mean rigid gender roles. Like, I think people should be happy in being who they are. So, like, if there's a couple where the wife has a really great job and she loves what she does. She's bringing in good money and she can support the family, and the husband is okay with that because, we've also had this discussion about masculinity and, the man needs to be the breadwinner. So, I mean, if they're both okay with those roles, then I think that's fine for them. I mean, I don't see what the problem would be. If that couple is happy with it, it's nobody's business. So, I mean, that's my take on gender roles in general. Not to say that, I don't understand, some things a man can do that, a woman can and vice versa. I understand that stuff. I just think, it should be whatever works for those individuals.
So, why wouldn't it work for you as far as a stay-at-home husband?
I mean, just the life I see for myself, I think I would want myself and my partner to both be bringing income. So, ideally, I would, this is getting a little personal, but ideally, I want to be somewhat of a stay-at-home mom. I want to start my own businesses. So I want to be able to take care of the kids from home and run my businesses from there. And, he does whatever he's doing to bring in income, but I want the relationship to be dual income. That's how I'm looking at this stay-at-home husband thing. Is that what you're getting at? He's not working at all?
Yeah, he's not working at all. It's going to be a complete, quote-unquote, reversal of gender roles where the wife goes to work and the husband stays at home and takes care of the children.
Okay, yeah, no.
All right. All right. How about you, Anna? What do you think about stay-at-home husbands?
To be honest, I've never really thought about it only because it's not something, at least in my life and the people around me, that I really see, per se. Am I completely against it? No. If I'm making enough money where our income is okay and the kids are okay and stuff like that, and he doesn't mind staying home and I'm making enough money, then that's fine. But do I think it's something that ideally right now, in terms of economy and stuff, is that going to really happen? Probably not. Two incomes are better than one. So, if we can both work and figure out childcare and stuff like that, that's fine. But I would prefer, two incomes, personally.
Would any of the guys be stay-at-home dads or stay-at-home husbands?
In the traditional sense that you mentioned it,
Mm-hmm.
no, because in the traditional sense, no, I would not like to stay home and not make money because I like making money. But if my wife got an amazing job and was making a wild amount of cash, then I would stay home with kids. But I also find a way to make money. Like I would invest in real estate. I would do things that can make me money while I am at home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind staying home with kids. I felt like I did it with the dog today, so whatever.
How about you, Tony?
If the opportunity presents itself, no, I wouldn't. I'll probably stay at home maybe 2 days before I go out and buy a lawnmower and just start cutting random people's grass. Just for the sake of getting out of the house and doing something. I've stayed at home on numerous vacations, and no.
And you have children, right, Tony?
Yes.
How many do you have?
I have one.
Oh, you just have one.
Yes.
And you wouldn't stay at home with him for more than 2 days.
He wouldn't want me to stay home with him. I am no fun dad. We have fun together, but whenever he wants something, I'm not the one to give it to him, so he always goes, "Hey, Mom, I can..." No. So he knows he doesn't want to stay with me too often. Because like I said, I'm the no fun dad. You stick to the rules. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, we're not going to have fun. And I'm also dirtbag dad. So,
what? Come on. Wait a minute. I thought you graduated from dirtbaggery. What is this?
No, he graduated from a dirtbag single guy to a dirtbag dad.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you got
From a dirtbag dude to a dirtbag dad.
Oh my God.
Hey, I had to teach them the hard way. If you're supposed to do something and I promise you a reward for doing it and you don't do it, then dad gets the reward and you get to watch it.
Ah! Dang.
Wow.
That's terrible.
This is actually kind of funny. I just looked it up, and they actually have a stay-at-home dad nonprofit organization that's been around for 18 years for guys who just stay at home with their kids. They're saying like Mr. Mom is dead, and they have a petition like to stop people from calling them Mr. Mom.
But I need you guys to see the logo.
This shit says enough is enough.
They are upset.
They're very upset.
And wait.
I have a problem with that.
Okay,
You have a problem with Mr. Dad? With Mr. Mom, I mean?
No, listen, I have no problem with Mr. Mom. Call Mr. Mom, call him whatever you want. Like, if you are a stay-at-home dad and you are secure in yourself and your family and your family's good, why do you care what everybody else thinks? Like, that's such bullshit to me. Like, there's a legit petition. People have taken their time out to make a petition so other people would stop calling them names. That's right. Don't call them names. Shut up.
He's
What I find funny in this whole thing is the guy that was around to start this doesn't need it anymore because it's 18 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh, this ad is just mad funny. It's this dad who's on the floor playing with his kids, and it says, Mr. Mom is dead. Just call him Dad.
Just call him Dad.
Oh God.
But like the dad is italicized. Like they're not playing
The
around.
Wall Street Journal just declared.
Wow. I just love the logo.
Remember that movie though? That was a movie, Mr. Mom, with Michael Keaton.
I was going to say, that's a movie, right? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well then he should be mad at Michael Keaton.
Well, as a dad, I don't mind people calling me Mr. Mom. I just hate when people ask me am I babysitting my son. I'm like, what?
But you know, a lot of dads say that though.
A lot of dads say that, and I don't understand how you're babysitting your own child.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Do that.
Because nobody goes to the mom like, oh, are you babysitting your son? Nobody ever says that.
Yeah, never.
I
heard a few dads say that.
I know a dad, like, he was upset that the mother of his child, I'm not going to call her baby mama, but the mother of his child kept sticking the child on him. He was like, man, I hate babysitting. I'm like, sir, it's not babysitting when it's your child. That means you're taking care of your child. You're not babysitting.
It's your time.
This is your time. This is daddy time, not babysitting time. But they get it confused. They do.
They really have wiki steps on how to be a house husband.
Okay, I don't have time for that. This is ridiculous. What the hell?
It's like, be nice. Don't forget to run the errands. It really said that.
Wow. Well, this is what
Don't call him Mr. Mom, though.
Yeah, right. So, gotta wag that finger. Don't call him Mr. Mom. All right.
Would you have a house husband? Or would you want... No.
No. Don't try me. I'm gonna be the stay-at-home person, if anything. Because the thing is, like Amina said, I plan on, having my own business, and I'm in the process of doing that now. So, because I think it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. I think way too far in the future, and so I'm just like, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. However, I do want dual income. So why not have a business that I can run from home, so that way I can rear my children and still bring in money. And so that's my, So I'm definitely with Amina on that. So, I mean, but then if my husband has if he had like a job or a business where he ran it from home, and that's different. I'd be totally, I'd have a different view on it or a different outlook on it if he had a business that he could run from home, and then he could actually, go and pick up the kids, take them to soccer practice, blah, 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 because he has more of the free time. And then if I was in the office, it'd be completely different. However, you are not just going to stay home and take care of kids.
Do unemployed dads, you think, consider themselves stay-at-home dads?
Sir, you're unemployed. Okay? Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. I was going to ask that today.
Go get a lawnmower.
Exactly. You better go get you a mower.
That's like being able to stay home with your kids while whoever it is, man or woman, while somebody else is working. That's a wild privilege. Assuming it's not receiving any money. So you gotta understand that, like I know what my household income is, and I don't want to live with less than that household income going forward. So if my wife ends up dwarfing what our combined household income is now, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I would need to do something to feel useful. Like, I wouldn't want to just stay home and watch the child and clean and cook. Like, I wouldn't want to do that because I wouldn't feel completely useful. But if I found something that would make me feel useful, like volunteering to coach a basketball team, or like giving my time to the community somehow while like I would need to do something to make sure that I'm not just bored. You know what I mean? But I don't have the biggest ego where I need to say I'm making this money as long as like my family is secure.
Right.
Because like my family trumps my ego. Like that's how it should be. That's how I feel it should.
I like that. Me too.
And I'll tell you, having kids, kids don't understand income. So there's a lot of unexpected income with kids. So the more the merrier. If the wife makes more money than the husband and he's making something, it doesn't really matter. Because like I said, the more the merrier. I mean, my son wants to play soccer this year, so I go down there and they say, "Oh, $75 to sign up to play soccer," and then I have to pay more money once he gets the team.
Right.
And that's just one of the many expenses since school has started 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, I can understand that, and that's why I always feel the pain of single parents. Because, I mean, yes, as much money coming in the house is better than nothing. And if you could just get out there and do something, it just helps, especially if you have kids. I mean, if you're just the husband and wife or the man and woman, that's one thing. But once you bring kids in, it's a totally different story.
Okay. So, when you guys, and also this question is for Amina and Anna as well. Just who pays for the first date when you're dating?
I've never paid for a first date. I'm not opposed.
She's lying. She lying. So do you feel okay? Here's something. Because somebody was like, well, what if the girl asks the guy out? Should she pay for the first date?
She should pay for the date. I think she should pay for the date.
I think so too. How do the ladies feel?
No, I agree with that. I think whoever asks should pay. I just never done it.
Right, there you go.
Right, and
I'll give you a fist bump.
Boom. Anna, have you ever paid for the first date?
Uh-oh. All but one. One date we went half, and I'm not gonna lie, it threw me the hell off.
Oh yes, honey.
Because the thing is, like, we were kind of being set up by mutual friends, so it wasn't necessarily him asking me out or me asking him out. So I get that part, but I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting. The women reaches for the wallet.
Yep.
You're like, oh yeah, but just
the fake pump,
the reach, just
the reach. I did the reach, and he was like, yeah, it's gonna split down the middle. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, so you call my bluff? Okay.
He totally did. And I think the only reason I was even like laughing about it too is because like we were at Fridays, guys. We were at Fridays.
Girl.
So I was like, okay, I guess.
Anna and I are living the same life. Y'all, I already told y'all my story about
Something about you Zetas.
There's something about us Zetas and Fridays and half days.
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, I told this story about 3 weeks ago and how I went on a date and the guy. But the thing was, he made it clear to me that he was very interested in me. And so then when we get on this date and he's telling me how much my half cost, I was like, oh, he must not have enjoyed his time with me. And then he's trying to schedule another date, sir. Not ever. Never. No more dates. So guys, have you guys had any ladies pay for the first date? Oh, Doug said no.
Well, when I first was flirting with my wife, I kept asking her where she gonna take me.
Oh.
Like, consistently. She thought it was a joke, but I was kind of being serious. I was new to the area, right? I feel like, I don't know, I wanted to see if she would. Like, with the whole reaching of the wallet, like, I love that. Don't reach for your wallet and let me tell you to put it away. I just want to know if you're willing to do it. But, y'all talking about first dates on Fridays, I don't believe in that.
Oh, no.
First dates are at Starbucks, at Cold Stone, walking in a park. Like,
I mean, you take
like
that.
that's a first date because you know what? If I don't like you and we share ice cream together, you go your way, I go my way. I spend $4 and that's it.
You know what? I'm on that tip now too.
It's not yeah.
But if we actually like each other, then we're eating ice cream, we finish our ice cream, and we're still talking, and we're still getting to know each other, and then we can make a decision to do something else if we feel like it.
Hey, more dessert on mine.
I got good minds, yo. I was talking about, like,
Dirty mind.
What about you, Tony?
Any man will pay that. Like, that's, what, $8? Like, that, like, you will pay that.
That's true.
$10 or
True,
whatever. You know what I'm
true.
saying? But like at Fridays, like if a date sucks, and I haven't had this experience, but I assume that if I went on a date and it was just awful, I would no way, shape, or form want to pay any type of bill. Like you should pay for me. Like
You know what? We gonna cut your mic right now.
Yeah, cut the mic off.
Tony, what do you think?
Yeah.
I have to say, I pay for every first date I've been on. But in the veins of the old Dave Chappelle half-baked first date, if I had no money, we weren't going anywhere we had to spend any money. We were going for a walk somewhere. We're going to hang out. We're going to get to know each other. I've taken a date to the library.
Hey,
That's perfectly
That's a
fine.
good date, though.
that's a great date.
And she looked at me crazy. I'm like, hey, there's nobody around. We can talk. It's going to be quiet. You know, we got to know each other. At the same time, I don't have no problem spending money on a bad date. I mean, as many things that I've bought in my lifetime that I've looked at like, why the hell are you spending money on that? So what's a bad date?
Big money ball over here.
I'm not balling. It's just like live within your means. I'm taking people to the little local chicken tender restaurant around here, and you know. Looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, hey, live within your means, man. We're not ordering dessert tonight.
Well, you're talking to the right person because Doug knows all about living within his means. I was there on Twitter. But I was with you, though. I
just saw the retweets.
I was a no bread.
Oh my god.
All right.
Do not take me to Starbucks. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, for a first date, you don't want to. Starbucks wasn't good? It's not good enough for you?
I don't want to go to Starbucks.
Okay.
Because I feel, especially Starbucks, it's like there are mad people at Starbucks. I would feel like homegirl from something new, like Sanaa Lathan.
What do you consider what is a date for you?
You know what? A date is going out, spending time with each other. However, I just feel like there are certain places on my, like, the no-fly zone. Yeah, the no-fly zone. Like, I don't want to go to, like, dinner and a movie. I don't want to go to, like, any place. I don't want to say regular, but, like, Starbucks would be regular. Like, because you're staying with mad people. You have a woman with her stroller yelling at someone to get the car.
Loads of people talking, all types of stuff.
Yeah, that just wouldn't even seem appealing. I'd be like, what? Can we just leave? Like, maybe meet someone at Starbucks before we go somewhere else.
So, what about y'all go to Starbucks, get a salted caramel hot chocolate?
Because you know I like salted caramel hot chocolate.
Yeah, and then you guys go for a walk on the boardwalk.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So, you just don't want to...
By the way, that's what I'm...
That's what you meant? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just don't want to sit in Starbucks.
No, I don't want to sit.
It makes sense because it's you know, that environment. A lot of people are talking. People all over the place. It's going to be hard to concentrate on what the person is saying.
Yeah, you have Pamela, and she's like, oh, my name is Patricia. You know what I mean? Get so much shit wrong at Starbucks.
I get it. All right. So you just don't want to have it at Starbucks. You could go there, get your salted caramel hot chocolate, and then hit it for the
Yeah. Go
cool
for a walk. Whatever. Do something fun. Even if you don't want to spend a lot of money, there's always Groupons. I personally like to do fun things on first dates. So just show that you thought about it a little bit.
Right.
That I could have been at least special, because a lot of people don't get to go on that first date. You can literally talk to someone for like. Niggas doing catfish, you know what I mean? So, some people don't even get the chance to go on first dates. So, I mean, at least make the effort to do something a little bit different.
Now, this is a question for the ladies. Ladies, do you expect your man to know how to cook?
Expect?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say expect. But do I think it's weird if you did it? Yeah, we're all adults here. Like, whether you're a guy or a girl, like, how do you survive with eating fast food all the time? You know how to make something.
Right.
You can't just. I mean, the thing is, if you're a single guy, right, and unless you have a bevy of them who are always cooking for you, then how are you surviving? You know, like on a day-to-day basis.
Right, and you don't need a man who got a bevy of women cooking for him anyway.
Well, exactly. I just think as an adult, whether you're a woman or a man, you need to know how to cook.
Okay. And how about you, Amina?
Yeah, I'm with Anna on that one. Like, I don't need him to be a 5-star chef. Because I like to cook. But, yeah, you can't be just surviving off of, like, Chick-fil-A and...
and going to Golden Crust.
You have to know the very basics, like, you know, to survive. And, you know, I'll take care of the rest. Like, just the basics.
You'll take care of the rest. For the guys, do you guys know how to cook? Or did you guys ever cook people? Well, how did you guys survive before you got married? And do you cook as husbands now?
I actually do the majority of the cooking in my household.
Okay.
When I went to California, my mother like tied me down in a chair. Was like you're not gonna live on McDonald's. Kind of like what Anna said, like you're an adult and you're gonna cook meals for yourself. And so like I learned, and like that's what I do. But again, I'm here before my wife generally, and so like I do the majority of cooking. I like it. So.
Okay. How about you, Tony?
Well, it's two-part answer there. Number one, I was raised by a whole bunch of women,
So we can't hear you. Is everybody frozen? Is it us? Maybe it's us. Oh. It is us. You're links this, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, we can read it. That's crazy.
I'm off too.
Uh-oh.
Let me unplug it and plug it back in.
Okay. Hold on. I think we're back. We're back.
Hey.
Yay! It's us this time. Yikes!
We can hear you.
Oh no! Hold on. Let me put my.
We can't hear you.
No, we can't.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yay! All right. So Tony, you said it's a 2-part answer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That's all we heard.
Number one, I was raised by a bunch of women. My mom has like 5 sisters, and there are no girls in the family, maybe one. So everybody taught me how to cook. I mean, like I said, in the Dirtbag Appendix, if you learn how to cook, you can get women. So,
Is that true?
and not grilling.
Wait. Wouldn't you be impressed by a man who knows how to cook?
Did he say if you know how to cook or you don't know how to
If
cook?
you know how to cook, you're
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got it.
It's exactly. It's impressive. I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't say I expect him to know how to cook. However, he can't just be like, I don't know how to cook. I can't make myself anything but hot dogs. Like, we're gonna have an issue. How were you sustaining? Like, what were you eating before I came along? Was your mama cooking for you all this time? Like, that's a problem. You've been living on your own for the most part. I mean, because everybody does. So, what have you been eating all this time?
I expect a man to know how to cook.
You expect it.
I expect it.
If
My daddy knew how to cook.
Of course, yeah.
And he like, I'm sure I think he lived at home until he went off to college and came back and then met my mom and everything like that. Like, no, and he knows how to cook and he cooks really well. Y'all need to know how to cook. I've never dated a guy who does not know how to cook.
Yeah, I say this all the time. If you can read and you're an able-bodied person, you should be able to know how to cook. Because cookbooks
there's a copious amount of cookbooks, and they even have like this is because I know guys like things simple. They even have a 5-ingredient thing cookbook. All you need is 5 ingredients, dip, dap, dap, and that's it. So I don't have much patience for a guy who's telling me that he doesn't know how to make food.
It's funny. Actually, my dad is horrible. Like he can't do anything. I don't know what he did before my mom came along.
Come on, Daddy.
I don't know what he does now. I still cook for him sometimes now. Actually.
Come on now, Daddy.
I don't know. He's the epitome of a man who just cannot cook. He never did it when I was growing up. Like he can make ramen.
He can make ramen.
He don't even throw no like seasonings on the steak.
That's it. And I've actually dated guys too who have no direction whatsoever in the kitchen. So I don't know if that's.
Well, who gonna be manning the grill for the barbecues? You got to do that too.
There's some guys can grill too.
Oh, come on now. You know what? I mean, grill.
There's a certain finesse that you need to be able to cook, and if you and if you start cooking, it's miserable, then you might not want to go try again. And so some guys might have had that first experience where it's just like a huge fail, and like, nah, I'm gonna just go eat out.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Traumatic experience.
Yeah. Some guys hate. Look, you burn a hot dog. You know what? You know what type of feeling that is. You're not even sharing the loss with nobody. You're just like, damn, yo, I really suck at this.
Ooh, child, that's terrible. Well, I know grilling is not that easy. You have to have, there's, like he said, a certain finesse as far as grilling. But cooking, like, it tells you exactly what you need to do. You need a 1/4 cup of this. You put it in there for 20 minutes. You need, 1/3 cup of, and I don't understand how you could not, like, put things together. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need to be a culinary artist. I don't need you to, make avant-garde food for me. However, but the simple basics and following instructions in a cookbook, that's completely different.
Well, I guess those go back to the gender roles. Some men just aren't raised to cook. Ooh.
I was about to say, you're talking about some of the same men that are asked to assemble items around the house that don't use the instruction book to put things together.
See, that's the problem. You don't follow
Pull out
instructions.
tools and start screwing things and hammering.
Look at that. Don't follow instructions.
That is true.
Okay,
that is true.
That is very true.
I remember one time though, I got a new bed and I had this boyfriend, and I was definitely not trying to put anything together. I was like, everything is just gonna stay here until you get here, and that's that.
And that was it.
But you know how to put it together though. I don't think he used the directions either though.
Oh well, it wasn't an IKEA bed.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, because you have to use instructions. What?
Put the flute for nougat in there.
Yeah, and the far tube. Like, it's a lot. Oh my gosh, but I be feeling so accomplished whenever I finish putting together IKEA furniture. What? I feel so triumphant. Like I'm standing on top of the world after I put IKEA furniture together. And I will gladly say that I put all my Chester drawers, my bed together.
The only normal name.
Yeah,
Chester.
I did all of those by myself, and I felt very accomplished. However, if there was a guy there, you best believe I'd be like, looks like you're having a really good time over there.
I definitely stayed in the living room. Like, I'm gonna just watch the show until you're done. Yikes. Do you want a glass of water?
Are you thirsty?
And he cooked too, so it was like, what are you making for dinner after this?
Jackpot.
Well, damn. What did you do? You sat there being pretty?
Yeah.
And reached in your bag for your lip gloss?
Yes. Maybe that's why we're not together anymore. No, I'm kidding. Just joking.
All right. Okay.
Maybe not.
So next question. And this is for the men. Men, do you expect your women to do the quote unquote manly chores, like taking out the garbage?
I don't expect that. No, not only do I not expect it, but when the garbage is full, my wife just leaves it in the hallway for me to take out. Like, I actually get mad at her. I'll be like, yo, can you just tell me to take it out? because I don't like when she just leaves it there because it's like, that nigga do this. But like, but I mean, she still does it though. Like she just leaves it in the hallway or leaves it on the doorknob because she doesn't want to take it out.
Because she's not about that life.
Yeah, she don't,
I don't take out
but nah, I don't think that, she doesn't like icky stuff. But that's also, I don't know if it's necessarily a man-woman thing, but it's also like her. She doesn't like to deal with that type of stuff. And I know that, so I'll do that. Like, when it comes to other things, like, she likes being handy. Like, she double major with theater, and she took a shop class, a theater shop class. So, like, she's just as good as me at putting together stuff.
Okay.
So she enjoys doing that, and she'll do it with me. Or if I'm not there, like, she'll do it without me. You know what I mean? So, it just depends on what I feel like your woman likes. Or more importantly, if she really dislikes something, like, you should be a man and do that.
What about you, Tony?
That, whatever.
Tony, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So, do you expect your wife to take out the garbage?
No, not at all. I mean, she will, but I'll look at her like, I said I was going to do that. What are you waiting for?
Okay, so you take on that responsibility.
Yes, I do.
Okay. No, because, there are some men who are just like, no, you don't do that. I do that. I take out the garbage. And so, I mean, I'm always curious to know what man is like that.
I would like that.
Yeah, I'd like that kind of guy to
take out the trash.
I don't want to touch it.
I hate taking out the trash.
It's gross. And so if a guy's like, I don't do that, you got it, boo. It's all yours. You take all this garbage out. I don't want to touch it.
Hold on a second, you forgot this bag. I'll gather it up for him.
Right, exactly. Okay.
That's funny. I don't mind taking out the trash.
Oh, you don't?
It doesn't bother me. It's like, I'm not with the icky stuff and all that, but it doesn't bother me. And now, other male chores or whatever, like fixing stuff, take it, have it, please. But I don't know.
So if your man is there with you and the garbage is full, are you just like gonna just take it out, or do you like kind of like look at him like, what you waiting for?
It's not a conscious decision. Like, if I see it needs to be packed up, I'll just take it. And I mean, it's nice if he takes it from me, but I mean, it doesn't bother me at all.
Oh, I'm definitely the what you waiting for type. I see the garbage full and you there. What are you waiting for? Like, or
what you waiting for? What you here for?
Right, exactly. Or like if I drove, because I have a car, and if I drive and I need to go get gas, sir, I'm definitely not pumping the gas while you are in the car with me. Yes, I'm fully capable, because whenever you're not in the car, I pump my own gas. But if you're in the car with me and I got good gas, I will definitely look at you like, you just sitting in the passenger seat all willy-nilly, or you gonna pump the gas? I'm not doing it. I'm definitely one of those people.
I live in Jersey though, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah. Oh, right, because they have full service.
Oh, damn, you're so lucky. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Since I was a kid.
Oh no, I said I had a problem with like pumping gas. I wasn't really good at it. Because I came from Jersey, so I wouldn't, if I was in her padded seat, I wouldn't automatically get out. Like, it wasn't something that I was accustomed to.
Right.
Like, I just didn't understand it. Like, that people actually got out of their car as man, woman, alien. You know what I mean? So, like, Janine kind of looked at me crazy one time. Like,
exactly. Like, what are you waiting for?
And I was like, oh yeah, I should do this.
Where is she from?
She's from California.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm definitely that. You know what? And with that being said, I guess that kind of leads us into our next question.
What do you guys think about the princess syndrome?
Do you guys know what the princess syndrome is?
No.
Okay. Well, okay, Doug, you know it?
No, I said explain it.
Okay, so the princess syndrome is basically the whole damsel in distress. Just think of all the Disney princesses and how they're just waiting for a man to come for them, and they need help, and they're just like, oh God, or they never make the first move. Like, they're not going to be the ones, going up to the guy, asking them questions, or asking them out on dates and things like that. So, she's being a quote unquote princess, but this is what females are taught from when they're younger, or not just women, everybody. It's in the media. It's what our parents teach us. It's in the toys that the girls get. Princess, you don't do anything. The guy pays for everything. The guy does everything, and then we just fall into this princess syndrome where we're waiting for the guy to do everything. So, do you guys believe that is a syndrome that plagues a lot of women?
Plague is a very uncomfortable word. But all right. There was one time when Janine and I were on a date, and we were like first dating, and she, like, we walked to the door, and she just stood to the side, right? And listen, I get it. Like, she was taught that, like, that's what a lady does. If you're with your man, like, he should be opening the door, right? But I forget why, but I was a couple of paces back. You know what I mean? And I didn't like what she did there because it was unnatural. You know what I mean? I don't believe in anything being forced. Like, allow me to be the gentleman, but don't force me to do so. You know what I mean? So that whole damsel in distress, like, don't force that. If you are that, then be that. But if but in that one instance, like, she was not that. Like, she should have opened the door for herself because I was so far back. You know what I mean? And I explained that to her, and we actually got a little argument over that because that's what she was taught over that.
Right.
But for me, like, it just felt so forced, and I don't like to be forced to do anything. I like to be, if I do something, I want it to be cherished. And if you're forcing me to do something, then it's expected and it's not cherished. That's how I feel about, I guess it's my little piece of how I feel about the princess syndrome. But I also feel like those girls that have the princess syndrome usually don't get chosen.
Oh.
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 Well.
And so then Tony, right? I mean, yikes. So Tony, what about you? How do you feel about the princess syndrome?
It's a deep subject for me. Like, I understand why it happens. I don't really too much like it because whenever I meet someone like that, you totally understand that if you meet somebody who sticks to this, a guy that sticks to this, then you may be expected to do some things that you may not be comfortable in doing. Because most of the times, when it goes to one extreme, the other extreme is the opposite. Like, very seldomly do you meet someone with the princess syndrome who meets a guy who's not the prince, basically the jerk who says, hey, well, if you're going to do all these things that women's supposed to do and I have to do all these things that men's supposed to do, then when I come home, you need to be cooking or the food needs to be ready. Mm-hmm. And it happens where you meet somebody that has that balance, but for the most part, it ends up going the complete opposite way eventually because, like Doug said, if you're expected to do something because that's what you're supposed to do, then the guy's like, oh, well, if I'm expected to do this, then you need to do that. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not really too fun on anybody. If I ever sense that in a lady, I'll cop out. I'm rolling. I'm gone. Because, like, I don't mind the trading of the gender roles. So, yes, I open the door for you. Yes, I pump your gas. Yes, I take the trash out. Yes, I do this and the other. But at the same time, there are some things that the lady's not good at that I'm good at, then I'm willing to do it because I don't want it to be her doing something because I expect her to do it.
Got it. So, are any of the ladies any princesses, or do you have any characteristics of the princess syndrome?
I think I'm definitely not falling into the princess category. To the point where sometimes, like, I'll speak to my mother. My mother's like, sometimes I think you're a little too rough. And even, like, I have had friends and even old people say, like, because I don't give up princess enough, some people don't even know how to approach me because they figure that I don't need help or I don't need to, be helped to do all sorts of things. So, like, they don't know how to come at me or they don't know how to approach me. They're like, well, she's not a princess, so she might not need my help or she might not need certain things. So I guess the whole idea of princess for me doesn't work well because I just figure, like, if you can do something, you're going to do it. Like, I'm not going to wait around per se for someone to come and save me. I was like, I don't want to be saved.
Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. I wanna be saved. What about you, Amina? Do you have any characteristics of the princess syndrome?
I think Anna brought up a good point. Like, it's a tough thing for a woman, I think, because we have to tread lightly. Like, if we're too, oh, I can do this, I can do that, guys get mad at the whole independent woman thing. And then it becomes, oh, you're too independent, a man's not going to want you. But then you don't want to be too much of a princess because then it's like, oh, you can't do anything for yourself. So I think you kind of have to have some kind of balance. I think you need to be able to take care of yourself. I don't like a woman who needs to be rescued every 5 minutes. That's gross. But I think I also think you need to be able to let a man feel like a man as well. So it's a very thin line that we tread as women between the whole princess and being too independent. So I mean that's how it is. I don't like to be a princess. Like I have this weird thing where I will never let a guy open a jar for me. Like I'll struggle for 6 minutes and open it before I let him do that. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of strike out against the princess, but sometimes you fall into that category. That makes any sense.
It makes sense. How about you, Ari? Do you have any characteristics of the princess syndrome?
I'm sure I do.
I mean, your name is Ariel.
Right.
So,
this is why I am who I am.
It's ingrained.
No, I'm sure I have a couple of characteristics like a princess. I'm not sure about, I do appreciate like when a guy opens the door for me and all that other kind of stuff, but probably the way I was raised is like, you just have to know how to do these things yourself. So it's kind of like, not, oh, I might as well just, fix this, or I might as well do that. I mean, if, like, no one's around, it's like, it has to be done. So sometimes it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm just doing it anyway. I might as well finish it. But some things, I don't know. I can't really pinpoint a princess quality of mine that I have. I guess besides putting my bed together. I need someone to do that for me. But, yeah, I'm not sure. What about you?
I know that I do have some characteristics of the princess syndrome. I mean, just even with saying, like, I am going to look at you funny if you don't go and pump my gas, unless we're in Jersey. But, but, things like that. Or, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, like, in the situation where, if my guy is, like, way far behind me, and I'm just going to stand there and wait for him to open the door. What if it's cold? Like, I'm going to just open the door and go inside. But I do expect him to open my door. I do expect him to pull out the chair for me. There are just some things that I do expect a man to do, or take out the garbage if he sees that it's full, because I'm not doing that. So I will gladly take on the role of the princess syndrome, because I do have it. However, I am very independent. I can, even basic things like as far as my car is concerned, like I can, change my headlights, I can change my tail lights, I can change my indicators, I can check my oil, I can fix a flat tire, I can put in cabinets in the house, like I can do all of that.
Hold on.
Right, ma'am. AAA it up.
Right, but but I can do that just in the case that in the event that no one can come and help me, I need to be able to do for myself. However, if my man is there with me, he's definitely going to be doing that, because I'll just sit down in the car sitting pretty like a princess.
I think that the princess syndrome is more of a mentality, though.
Definitely.
I think that, like, in the same way that Anne was like, you're a grown man, you need to be able to cook a meal. Like, we can cook a meal by ourselves, but, as soon as we get a girl, like, we're expecting her to cook a meal. Like, you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, with this princess mentality on the other side, it's not like, it's not, you shouldn't expect a man to do anything. I think that's my biggest thing. Don't expect a man to do anything. Just be appreciative that he does. If you were raised in a certain way that your parents said a man should be holding the door with you, should be pulling out your chair, should make sure that you order before them, should, like all this stuff, right? Then if they go past all those check marks that of these values that have been instilled in you, then that's just a good thing. That's a mental note that you should take. But like, it shouldn't be I can't do this. Even though literally last week before he was your man, you was doing it.
I would open my own door.
Right. And I think that's where I think that's a really difficult line to walk. And it's like I'm not trying to say it's easy, but like it's necessary to not play the damsel in distress role, but understand that but allow a man to be a man and be appreciative of that.
Right. I have a question for the guys. Y'all seen the movie A Bronx Tale, right?
Yeah.
When the girl, she slides over and opens up the door or like pulls up the lock. Do you guys expect stuff like that? Or when you were dating, I'll say.
And didn't have power locks.
Right.
Take this, Tony.
No, not really.
No,
not really.
I've never had a car without power locks. So although my mother-in-law teaches to not be a chirp girl, and I don't understand, and I get it, but I don't understand it in today's age. I don't understand how that's gonna work. Like there's some cars you literally can't even open without busting it open. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that is anymore nowadays. I assume that in the 70s, I would have wanted that. I wanted my girl to open up the lock. I would lock my door on purpose to see if she would open it. You know what I mean? I think I would. And I think I would expect that, but I don't know how it would feel in 2013.
And I believe him when he says that. Completely believe it.
Oh, so then here's another one. I think this is from Two Could Play That Game with The Last Bite. Was that from that movie?
No, that was
the brothers, right?
Yeah, the brothers.
Same difference. Almost the same cast. So then, do you guys believe in that then? Does that show you that a woman really cares about you if she's willing to give you the last bite?
It shouldn't, because I like food.
Oh,
I'm gonna eat it.
I don't know if I've been given that. If you want to eat it, she just gonna eat that.
I mean, I'll offer you some of the last bite, but don't take the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to it. I usually leave it anyway. I eat as much as I'm gonna eat, and then I'm just, it is what it is.
But wait, dirtbag dog, dirtbag daddy. No, let's just say that your wife, or before she was your wife, she was eating. Let's say her favorite cake is red velvet cake because black people love red velvet cake.
We do.
We sure do. So she over there eating her red velvet cake, and then she's on the last bite, and you come in like, ooh, babe, can I have that last bite of your favorite red velvet cake? If she says no, how do you feel about that? How would you feel about that?
I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It just happened today. I'm telling you the truth. My wife came in here. She came in here. She just went and bought some fried eggplant and came in the house. And I was like, ooh, I love these. And she literally snatched the plate out of my hand.
I think we need to have your wife on the show.
I wasn't going to eat them all. She snatched it out of my hand and gave me the evil look. I mean, the first time I cooked breakfast for my wife, early we dating. And here she comes. I'm about to tell the egg story.
God, wife!
You trash talking to me.
Yeah, I cooked some eggs. I only had maybe 3. She ate them all.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm attempting to study for a test, and I hear this bastard talking about me. So let's clarify. On the first instance, I was at work. I called him. I say, babe, order me some food from Little Doers. He's like, well, the baby's in the car. He's hungry right now. I said, what about you? I'm not hungry. Okay, go ahead and get the baby food. Call my friend in the car because I'm freaking hungry. I put the plate down. I walk in the kitchen. This bastard eat my fried eggplant. No, no, you ain't hungry. If you ain't hungry, why the hell did you eat my eggplant? We got problems.
I hear
To
that.
clarify the second instance, I had stayed the night with him. He cooked breakfast. He puts a plate with eggs and bacon in front of me. I eat the plate. You didn't say, hey, babe, part of that was mine. We share eggs. I'm sorry. If your trifling ass ain't got no eggs in the fridge and you put the plate in front of me, I'm eating these bastards. I'm a big girl.
I'm done.
Trick y'all now. Don't,
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
He know. That's why he's sitting here laughing.
That has to be one of the most amazing moments. What's your name?
I'm Tam.
Hi, Tam.
Thank you.
Hi, it's like Pam, but with a T.
Okay.
It's great. I know, right?
Well, thank you for sharing that and clarifying the story, because we know we didn't want him dragging you through the mud.
And we're on your side. He ain't. I put him on blast at any given moment. I don't care. I have no sympathy. Sam, we're on your side, by the way.
Yes, we do.
I mean, you guys hear what I put up with, right? Like,
We hear it. We're hearing it. We're hearing it. We are on your side.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm finna finish drinking my wine and set it for my kids.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
You see what I mean?
Talking loud, so I can hear you, didn't it? Come on, here.
This is great.
This is great.
I'm talking.
There you go, Doug.
He's like, nope,
Not touching it.
Okay.
never mind. I'm not gonna ask for no last pieces or nothing. So, Amina, do you feel that the last bite should hold any weight at all?
I really don't, because if I'm hungry, like it was already said, I'm going to eat that last bite. Like, people put too much into like little symbolic things like that. I don't believe in it. I thought it was kind of silly. I will offer it. But if I'm starving, I'm gonna look at you crazy, so you know not to take that and just let me have that last bite. So no, I don't think it should lose anything. But I mean, it's a nice gesture, but it doesn't make or break the relationship. Like, it's not a bad sign if he eats that last piece, or if I do. That's about it.
Okay, well, piggybacking off of the princess syndrome, this is for the ladies. How do you guys feel about approaching a man that you're interested in? Ooh.
I'm a naturally shy person, like, period. And I did it once, and it actually worked out in my favor.
Okay.
Would I ever do it again? Probably not, because the Hennessy, I think, helped me.
Liquid courage.
So, yeah, the liquid courage helped, but, I don't know. I guess if I really feel like I may never see this guy again, or like I have one like little window, I probably, but most of the time, I don't.
How about you, Amina?
I think I'm like Anna in the sense that when it comes to that, I'm kind of shy. In general, I'm not shy. But when it comes to that, I'm kind of shy. I've never really like approached a dude like trying to holler like, yo, let me get your number. Like nothing like that. If anything, I'll probably just like flirt and stuff. You know, I might strike up a conversation or, you know, send a little, you know, subliminal, you know, eye glance or something like that. To let him know I'm interested and hope for the best, maybe. But no, I think that there are other ways. I think I've never really done the whole blatant like approach. You know, I'll strike up a conversation. You know, we'll chat, I'll flirt or whatever, and you know, if it works out, it works out.
Okay, and then for the guys, have you guys ever been approached by a woman? I mean, I know you guys are married now, but before you were married and when you were dating,
Had you ever been approached by a woman?
I have.
Okay.
I've never been approached by a woman that I want to be approached by.
Okay.
But, I mean, you know, God bless their heart. You know, like, they... not even like that. Like, you know, like, I just... You know, told me something. Because
you say shit like God bless their heart.
I've never, you know, I've never had, like, a shorty who I, like, practice come in and kick games to me. I also am very outgoing, so I usually, you know, kind of quick with the trigger. So before, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys that kind of sits and stares. Like, I'll go up and introduce myself very quickly. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I did feel uncomfortable being approached by some of these women. And not, like, because I wasn't attracted. It's just, like, it's weird. Like, I see what y'all go through. Like, sometimes it gets weird. Like, someone was a little aggressive.
I need an example. Yeah, story time.
Okay. When I was like barely like 21, maybe a couple, you know, weeks in. Like, it was this girl that came to me and she was like, "You are so sexy and you need to give me your number because me and you need to have a time." I'm like,
Oh.
Whoa.
well, thank you, but you know, no, you know, I wasn't taking it. Like, I was like, no, sorry. Like, how do you? I don't know what y'all do. Like, y'all perfected it because y'all get all of that from the day y'all 12. Like every day. But like me, I was like, yo, this is weird. Like, this never happened to me before. Afterwards, I was flattered. I was like, oh snap. Like, she hollered at me. But like, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird feeling.
And Tony, have you ever been approached by a woman?
Yes, and every time it happens, I think it's a joke. Because it's either like Doug says, it's going to be super aggressive, or it's going to be so passive that I walk away like, wait a minute, did she just make a pass at me?
Okay. No, I respect that, yeah.
So it's like either you know it because it's just blatant, or you just miss it. Because I think a lot of women are uncomfortable with doing it, so they're either going to overdo it or they're going to not go far enough. And then they get mad and say, hey, I completely made a pass. And I'm like, I didn't see it.
Guys are so oblivious. They're like, a guy will have a girl like crushing on him for so long, and he will not see it until another girl's like, do you not realize that this girl is like flirting with you? He's like, no, she just, she chill, whatever, blah. Hello? She likes you, and this is her attempt at trying to get you to talk to her, but you're just not receptive to it. But this is good because it leads into the next question, which is, it seems like you guys were never really approached by somebody that you really liked. So when you were approached, how did the women take the rejection?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We got
Well,
Terry
I'll
over
say
here.
this. Not all of them were people that I did not like. It's just maybe I missed it. And then I caught it later. And it might have been one of those, hey, how you doing? 5 years later talk where I realized that she's making a pass at me.
Dirty dirt bag.
Yeah, there you go. But as far as rejection, I mean, I never really outright rejected anybody. It was just like, oh, you know, hey, yeah, we can talk. My name's Jody.
Damn, not the alias.
There's a couple of women that have approached me pretty well at all. That one story I was telling you about, like, didn't take well. Like, she's like, fuck you, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I got, it was bad.
Wait, does scribbles count?
Scribbles. No. He's killing me.
Oh, okay, I'm just saying, because I did get pushed by a stripper once. Because I was like, no.
Were you giving
her out my face?
Were you giving her money?
Bill.
Okay. Were you giving her money?
She was in the wrong profession. I'm sorry.
Damn. Oh, yikes. Okay, so
Twerk like mine.
Twerk like a tree.
Ooh, what? Not like a tree. Okay, so then for the ladies, why do women take rejection so badly?
Just that example, like how he was like, oh, she's in the wrong profession or whatever. Like, I feel like guys can be a little abrasive. I feel like they wouldn't be soft with the rejection. I feel like it would be like something to hurt your feelings, or just like, either way, my feelings are gonna be hurt if you're rejecting me. So that's probably the main reason why I wouldn't do it anyway. But some guys lack tact, and I feel like they might just, like, whoa, straight to the heart, like, ouch. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably a big reason why women would take rejection hard, because the delivery of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sort of depends how much you like the person. Like, if I'm trying to step to you, because, I don't know, I want to have sex versus I want to step to you because, I think you make a good couple. I think you kind of take those in different levels of, okay, that kind of hurt, but, I can move on versus, damn, he really hurt my feelings. I respect him. But I think depending, too, like, I think guys are pretty bad with taking rejection compared to women. Like, even something as small as, like, a guy hollering at you on the street. It's like, he'll yell at you, hey, mom, and then you'd be like, no, thank you. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get a Heineken bottle thrown at your head. So I'm like, fuck you, bitch, anyway. But it's like, for 2 seconds ago.
Bruh.
2 seconds ago, you were trying to holler at me. So what changed? Like, was it that bad?
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. Guys are way worse taking.
Y'all the worst.
They are the worst. You may not know it, but
I think it depends. We've been rejected the same way y'all been hollered at since y'all 12. We've been rejected since we've been like 13.
Right. We mature faster.
Yeah.
What I will say is that I think women, since we have been hollered at since we were 12, we've perfected the whole letdown. And so it's much, guys, they generally do they don't take it as well as women do for rejection. However, but we soften the blow as far as rejection is concerned. Men being approached by women, that's something, very new. And so for them, they haven't perfected the letdown. And it's just like, nah, I'm cool. It's like, well, excuse you, what do you mean you're cool? I really like you. What are you telling me? Like, I don't get it. So, women will freak out because men, haven't perfected the letdown. I think that plays a part.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a rejection style?
Always my go-to is that I have a boyfriend.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm married. Listen.
Where's your ring? I'm 7-day Adventist. We don't believe in jewelry.
Oh my gosh, that is too much,
girl. I've done it. I've said it all. Okay.
Always. My go-to is always I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's always my go-to.
Always.
I feel like
I'll tell you from the dirtbag. From the dirtbag handbook, those never work.
They sure don't. Oh, so I can't still be your friend? You can't have associates? What the hell do I look like? What do you mean I can't have associates? Get out of here.
Oh my gosh. Me and my best friend used to be like, oh, we're lesbians.
No, they like that. They like that.
That makes them more excited.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, every dirtbag pretty much likes a woman that's already taken, because that means you don't have to work as hard.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm sick of you and your dirtbags. It's disgusting. Ugh. Dirtbags are hideous. Gross. Yeah. Well, was that the last question as far as this is concerned? Yeah. Well, that concludes part 1 of Venus and Mars.
Pretty great discussion so far.
So far, so good. It's been totally awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And please stay tuned for part 2.
I've thoroughly learned a lot.
Me too.
Especially about the whole what guys really mean when they hit you up out of the blue.
Yeah, that one was the most enlightening
answer that we received, and it was just like, wow.
Dirtbags.
I
think I'm gonna regularly use that in conversation.
Definitely,
now.
me too.
Versus douchebags.
Yeah, I like dirtbags.
Dirtbags is good.
Yeah, you're definitely a dirtbag. And it's funny how like they even have it like classified back in my dirtbag days.
Yeah, dirtbag days. Now he's at dirtbag daddy days. Get
out
of here.
I've had enough.
Enough of you, Tony.
Enough of you, Tony. So, again, it is Catnaps and Cognac. So, of course, we have a drink recipe for you guys. And what have we decided to call this one? It's the
Venus.
The Venus.
Yes.
Ladies first.
Ladies first, yes.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Isn't that how they did it in the video?
Yes.
Like, you would be looking off one way and I would be looking off another way. Someone will be up here.
Yes. I need my circle square hat. Ladies first. Ladies first. We are really doing the video right now.
Yes, oh my gosh. If anybody else was here.
One day we're going to do a vlogcast.
Yes, of the whole entire thing.
Yes,
oh
definitely.
My gosh.
Oh,
we
that was
are
funny.
Such clowns.
Oh, man. We make ourselves laugh. And you know what? I don't mind it.
I don't mind either.
Okay.
Over and over again, I make my... laugh.
Call us corny if you want to. We don't care. Because we think we're funny. You guys do too, so hush.
We're hilarious.
Yeah, but we are though. That's the thing. It'd be bad if we weren't hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
So, like if we were totally oblivious to not being funny, but we are funny. So,
well, we bigged ourselves up enough.
So the drink, which is the Venus, here are the ingredients. You're gonna need an ounce of cognac. Whoop whoop. All right, 2/3 ounces of orange juice and 1/3 of an ounce of grenadine and chilled champagne. Mm-hmm. Then you're gonna pour the cognac, the grenadine, and the orange juice into a champagne flute, and then fill the rest with the chilled champagne. And then you can garnish it with an orange and a cherry, and voila, you have the Venus.
Yes, the Venus, which is also my real planet.
Oh wow! All right, yes. Sexy lady.
Right? Yes, it's on my orbit.
All right. So this concludes part 1 of Venus and Mars. Definitely don't forget to come back to catch part 2 because it's just as informative and interesting.
Definitely. And then we're going to be actually getting questions from the panelists.
Exactly.
So they will get to grill each other on what they want to know from the opposite sex.
And it's so good. So we want to thank our panelists for part 1, and they were so great. It was Amina, Doug, Tony, and Anna. Mm-hmm. And where can we find you, Ari?
You can find me on Twitter at Ariel Cherie. And what about you, Didi?
You can find me on the Twitter as well, and it's Lucky Stars, LuckyStarz. You can find us, the show, on Twitter as well, and it's Catnaps, the letter N, Cognac, and we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Catnaps and Cognac. You can also email us if you have, you want to tell us how great we are, you want to give us some new ideas for topics, you want to just give us a shout out, whatever, send us an email to catnaps.andcognac@gmail.com. We're also on iTunes. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Rate us,
comment, subscribe.
Yep, all of that. So I think that's it.
Yeah, so out Ariel Shireen, out ASAP Twerk.
ASAP Twerk, yeah! That's fun! Bye, y'all.
See you later.
The rhyme it is wicked. Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman could bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme. Can you relate to a sister's open?